This is Minecraft Bedrock Edition, the version that's also known for its incredible bugs.
Yeah?
What?
Today, I'll be surviving 100 days in Minecraft Bedrock's newest update, in Hardcore. I have 4 main goals for these 100 days. My first goal is to get a copper golem. Second goal is to get a happy gas because it's a new mob. Third goal is to beat the wither and ender dragon because that's part of the game. And for the final goal is try not to die in these 100 days.
Oh my god.
It all started on day 0, and I spawned in a green, flat biome. I found my first cow of the world, and I decided to punch it and bully it. I then went to the nearest tree that I could find and broke it and got some wood. I also made myself a wooden pickaxe so I could mine some stone, and I made a stone pickaxe. And I mined a ton of stone and made myself some stone tools. Nice. I found a cave and decided to go to it, and I fought a couple of zombies, and you know what? I killed all of them and mined some coal, which I do need. I then found some iron inside the cave and made a furnace and put some coal in iron, and I smelted the iron and grabbed the iron and made a shield because I do need a shield to protect myself. I finally left the cave and needed food, so that's what I did. I killed some cows, some sheep, and I 360 these sheep because they're ugly. And after venturing around, I found a ruined portal and I found pretty good loot. And I found a village, which is a good thing. And I stole all their crops because I needed more, and there's a trap base apparently. I don't know, I got stuck as well. And I went to sleep inside the chest room, and I looted the chest the very next day with some very good loot. Holy, that's actually some pretty good loot. So I put some armor on, and yeah, that's my armor, and I sold their lanterns as well because they are very poor. And I left stealing from the poor, and I left the village. And I also stumbled upon a pillager base, which I actually murdered every single one of them, but it actually was a very hard challenge, so I just ran away. And yeah, I actually juked the hell out of them, and actually went inside their base, which I did right here. But there was actually a couple of villagers up there, so I had to kill them. This guy almost killed me, low-key. And then I stole their wheat and their iron, which I'll take, and I'll take the crossy as well. I then found another village, and I decided to explore it, and stole their wheat, because I need wheat, and guess what I did? I sold more of their wheat, because I need more wheat, because I like wheat. I then found a very cool plain biome that I was gonna build in, but decided not to because there was no village nearby. And finally find a village that looks promising. I then looted the blacksmith because I need some loot, and found some pretty cool leggings, which I'll take. And I found a pretty cool campsite, so I built a camp there, and I planted some sugarcane because I will need it later on for bookshelves. And I mined some trees because I do need to make a base, but for now, I'll make a temporary base, which I did, and it looks like this. Made a little, I don't know, it looks like a farm. I don't know, like you can put sheep inside. I don't even know. I didn't need to look for some iron, so that's what I did. I mined some iron, boom, nice. And I mined some coal as well because I was pouring coal, and I made an iron pickaxe to mine diamonds and stuff. I then dug up from being stuck in the cave and actually was pretty close to my base. So I went back to my base, placed some blast furnaces down, and smelted some iron because I need iron. And I also decided to break my house or my temporary base, and yeah, that's that. Boom, it's gone completely. And I decided to make a normal base, but first I need to make the area flat, so that's what I did. And I started making some deep slate tile stairs because that's what I was gonna make my roof out of. And I started making the base. Boom, that's the base. That's not gonna be the base, but I'm gonna make it a little longer, trust me. Yep, that's the base, sort of. Yep, those are the pillars. And then I placed some wood planks, boom, and I placed some trees down because I will need to mine more trees later on. I then completed the front door, and I was actually contemplating whether to build this base or not. I then mined some dirt from the ground because I needed to place a floor, and that's what I did. I made a cool pattern with wooden cobblestone, and yeah, that's pretty cool. You can't go wrong with wooden cobblestone stairs. I mean, floors. I finished both floor and roof and decided to transfer all the loot from the temporary base to the main base, and that's exactly what I did. And there was a lot of loot, so I placed another chest down and placed all the loot from the temporary base, and yeah, all my loot stored in there. I made a door for the front door, and yeah, this is how the base is looking so far. It's not completed yet. There's gonna be a second story, trust me. It's gonna look good later on. Not good, but it's gonna look decent. And yeah, I started making the second floor like I said, and I made a little thing here. Yeah, I decided to remove it. I don't know what I was thinking here, but yeah, and I decided to fill in the second floor with oak planks, and yeah, mine some more trees because I do need trees. And there's bees. No, I hate bees. Trust me, I don't like bees at all. And I went back to mining trees. Nice. I didn't completely forget I needed slaves later on, so I trapped the slaves in there, or you could say free workers. I don't know, just whatever. They're gonna work for me either way. Yeah, I trapped them inside there, and there was actually one more, but you know, he was stuck in there, so I just left him and went back to my base and finished with some windows. Placed a window down on the second floor, and yeah, I covered the front door because I was gonna make a staircase to the right there, that empty spot. Boom. Yup. that is a staircase for the base. I don't know, I just thought it'd look cool, and yeah, that's what it was looking like. And I made the front door and the windows. I placed a double door down and started making a balcony because I thought a balcony would look cool. And yeah, honestly, it didn't look too bad. It does add some detail to the base, and I don't make the ladder clutch, unfortunately. I didn't need a lot more stone, so that's what I did. And I mined a lot of stone at the speed of light, and my pickaxe decided to break. I didn't use all that cobblestone to make the roof, and that's what I did, and it looked pretty cool. It's like the old same roof I always do, and yeah, I did it for the other side as well. Boom, nice. And I covered the roof with it. Boom, I put some wood in there too, and yeah, the roof was finally done. And I actually need to do one more thing. Yeah, that's adding the windows. I do need windows for my roofs. I mean, what am I gonna do? Cover it? And then added a shelf because I need some more storage, so I added some chests up there. And yeah, I placed some sugarcane outside because I was in need of sugarcane because I would need it for books later on. And I found another cave, which looked pretty massive. So I found some diamonds inside of the cave. Fortunately, got sniped a couple of times by some skeletons and actually almost died here. Fortunately, I can't get shot through those little spiky things, and I was in the clear, but I was pretty low, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty scared. And I made a diamond chest plate because I was not safe in there. I didn't mine some diamonds a little safer this time, and I went back to the base with 24 diamonds. And I decided to make a full set of diamond armor because I was not feeling safe and I had a full set of diamond armor. I then made a diamond axe, diamond sword, and had a full set of diamond armor along with some diamond tools. And I was feeling a whole lot safer. It was now day 21, and I was terraforming the back of the house, and I accidentally punched that sheep on accident. And began working on the wheat farm or seed farm, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I placed some water down, and yeah, I hoed the ground. Nice full farm, and I placed some seeds down because and I did some cool design. I don't know, it looks pretty cool. And yeah, I placed some pillars down around the farm, and it looks pretty cool. Nice. And what's a farm without some cool lanterns? So I placed some lanterns down, and it was finally done. Then had a total of 13 bookshelves, and yeah, that's about it. And I made an enchanting table, which is good because I wanted to enchant my tools because that's very cool. And I placed some bookshelves at the speed of slowness, and yeah, I finished up placing the bookshelves and can finally enchant my items. I then went looking for some cows, and I found these 2 cows up in the wilderness, and I actually had no pen for them, so that's what I did. I made a pen, and yeah, that's about it. And I closed them in, and yeah, I closed myself in, but unfortunately I had a white carpet. I then bred these 2 cows I found from the wilderness, and yeah, I made a baby cow. Nice. And I also need some XP from them, which is good, and I'm gonna kill them later on. But I killed some other cows because I was in need of leather. And yeah, that's what I did, and made some bookshelves. I mean, books, why do I keep saying that? And then made bookshelves, and I placed it in the enchantment table place, and I had level 30 enchantments now. Let's go. And on day 26, I woke up feeling that my house wasn't big enough, so I decided to make an extension, and yeah, that's what I did. And I placed some blocks, and I made a weird extension of the base, and I placed some roofs down, boom, some stairs, and yeah, the extension was finally done, and it was looking like this now, not like a little Smurf house. It actually does still look like a Smurf house, but I placed some windows down, and the Smurf house extension was finally done. By day 30, the cows were starting to grow, and yeah, there was a ton more cows from last time, and yeah, I found a horse. I was about to say sheep, it's a horse. And yeah, it was pretty slow, I'm not gonna lie, it was slower than average, and yeah, I put him to the pen because he was faster than the cows. And I enchanted my diamond pickaxe, which wasn't pretty bad. I mean, Silk Touch is pretty bad. Yeah. And on day 32, I decided to make a basement for the slaves, or my villagers. And while building the slave base machine, I ran into an issue with the building. I built the floor out of slabs and couldn't fill in the roof, which was pretty annoying, but I ended up fixing it and made a pretty cool base for the villagers to live in. This is actually one of the villagers' homes. This a little 1x4. That's where he's gonna live in forever. Yeah, I then made a couple of those and put some torches inside of them. I then went to the village the very next day, and I had 2 villagers right here, so I placed the boat down, and I wanted him to get inside the boat, but he didn't want to, so I pushed him inside, and yeah, I needed to find some more, I needed to find some leads, actually, and that's what I did. I killed some llamas or something, I don't even know what they're called, and I grabbed both of the villagers that I saw, and I led them towards my basement. And yeah, this is where they're gonna be kept here forever, working for me as villagers. And yeah, I punch them on accident. Of course, Bedrock's hitbox is terrible. And yeah, they start running off. I then place a lectern down to give them a job. And unfortunately, they didn't want the job. I don't know why, but they didn't. And I brought some more villagers in. This time, these guys can't get jobs. They are only used for breeding. And yeah, that's what I brought them for, and I built a breeding room, and yeah, that's the breeding room right there, that little tiny box that this green villager's in, and I brought both of them inside, and yeah, they're trapped there forever, and I placed trapdoors so I can get in and out. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, I'm gonna break it. Nice. I then gave them some bread because I need some baby villagers so they can grow up and become slaves, and that's what I did. And I gave these villagers fletching jobs, and they actually took it. They actually became Fletchers, and yeah, I went back to the enchantment table and got Fortune 3 on my diamond pickaxe, which is very good. That's very, very good.
Oh my god, man, let's go.
And while trading with this lectern villager, I made the brutal mistake of buying a bookshelf, and that only meant one thing. Yup, had to kill him. Had to kill him, because he's now a bookshelf villager. Oh my god, what the fuck? After being struck by a nuke, I got prop 4 luckily, and yeah, I got prop 4, which is good on my armor. That's very good. And I went on day 39 on a wood farming run because I was in need of emeralds, and that's what I need for sticks. And sticks is good for emeralds, of course. And I made some sticks because sticks is good for emeralds, and started trading with this villager. And yeah, it's very loud, but I got 54 emeralds out of it. And I bred the cows on day 40, and yeah, there was actually a billion of them now. So I actually made a, what was I making? A bow, I think? Yeah, I don't even know how to make a bow. So I searched it up on the crafting recipe, and yeah, I made a bow. And enchanted it. Got Unbreaking 3, and I got the best bow in the world. I'm not even kidding, that's probably the best thing I could have gotten out of that enchantment. And on day 46, I killed some cows because I was in need of XP, because I was trying to enchant something. I don't remember what it was, but I was trying to get level 30, and that's what I reached. And yeah, I went to the enchantment table, and yeah, unfortunately got Smite 5, which is actually useless on an axe, so I actually disenchanted it. This is what happened. It didn't work. I don't know why, but I later figured out why. Yeah, he's actually getting punched, but he's invisible. Because I had a texture pack add-on, whatever you call it. And yeah, I restarted my game, and he was finally there. Nice. I then went down to the slave machine basement, and I actually had 4 prop 4 books, which is enough for the entirety of the armor set. I got 2 more mending books, and had 5 mending books, which is almost enough to put mending on all my items. And on day 50, I decided to go on a crop farming run, and that's what I did. Boom. Yup, that's me farming. I don't know why this clip is so long. What do I do here? I don't even... What am I even doing? Oh yeah, I grabbed some obsidian. I'm guessing I'm building a nether portal. Yup, I'm building a nether portal, and yeah, I was in need of something. I don't know why, but I finally made a nether portal, and I went inside of it, and unfortunately got a very bad spawn. Yeah, this basalt biome sucks. I don't know why I always get it. And I went back to the base and grabbed some sticks and traded with the villagers so I can get some more emeralds. And I traded the emeralds for mending. And I had a lot of mending books. That's what, like 7, 6, 7. I went to the enchantment table and upgraded my boots and got pretty good enchantments, which is, yeah, I'll take it. Feather Falling 4. I then decided to go back to the Nether this time for plan and actually went to a bastion. Yup, went to a bastion. I started bowing the brutes from a far distance, and they started chasing me down, so I ran away, and yeah, there were just so many of them. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, there were just so many. I had to run out of there. Just, yeah, I couldn't survive that, I'm telling you. And I went back there. Luckily, there was not many left, I don't think. Yep. And dug under the bastion so I can grab the chest and got some obsidian and some gold, which I'll take, and looted the other chest next to it and grabbed some gold and some gold nuggets and some arrows, which I'll take as well. And this time, they actually came by the bastion and this happened.
Oh my god. Where did my blocks go?
After that near-death experience, I bowed them off because I did not want to get close to them because the brutes are pretty strong, if you don't already know. And I actually gave them some gold for like an alliance, and they didn't like it that much. So I left and killed some gas and went to a nether fortress because I needed some blaze rods to beat the ender dragon. So I bowed the blazes from afar, and I killed the wither skeletons from afar as well. And I went close, and I got hit by one of the wither skeletons and ran back to where I was. And this is me almost dying, apparently. Yep. So I went back and bowed them from afar so I don't die. And I kept bowing them and I sliced them up and killed some more dudes with bows. And I sliced this guy up too. And he dropped the blaze rod. W, I think. And I went back down here because I was getting pretty low and I was scared if I was going to die or not. So I boxed myself up in this little thing. Just bowed him from this little box. And it actually worked pretty well. As you can see, a lot of blaze rods right there. I think that's enough. Yeah, 11 blaze rods. That should be enough to go to the end. I didn't got what I needed from the Nether fortress and went back to the Nether portal and went back to my base, which, you know what? I actually had a thing that I didn't record. And yeah, it was a dried ghast. So I put a 2x2 box and put them inside water. And there's bees again. Are you serious, bro? Bees? After that little altercation, the dried ghast was starting to grow. And I found a random horse just laying around my base. So I grabbed him, gave him a saddle, and look what this guy could jump. This guy could jump like 9 blocks in the air. That is actually insane. I've never seen a horse jump that high. Look at this. 3 blocks. You know what? Let's make it 4. That's way too easy for him. Bro, he clears that easily, bro. Let's do 5. Easy. What? Bro, he literally climbs half the base. Half my house, bro. That's insane. So I decided to grab a name tag and name him Jumper because he jumps pretty high and he's a horse. So I named him and his name was finally Jumper. Nice. And I went back to my villager farm base or slave base and I got efficiency 4, which is very good. Very, very good. And I was actually in need of XP, so I grabbed some seeds and started farming the crop farm. Or yeah. Oh wait, the dried ghast is there. What? Okay, well he's a creature now. He's not a block anymore, which is cool. I didn't decide that my shovel was disgusting, and I decided to enchant it, and it made it even more disgusting. I didn't decide to make a saddle, and yeah, I tried to give it to the ghast, but this happened. Yeah, he doesn't take saddles. He actually has a special saddle for him. Yeah, I crafted it. I made a yellow harness and gave it to him. Look at this. How cool. Now he's a flying creature with a harness on. Nice. And I went back to the dungeon and bought efficiency 4 for my shovel. So I cannot make it disgusting like it is. But it's now good. You know, I'll take it. Efficiency 4 is pretty good on a shovel. And I decided to shovel out the excess of dirt behind my base. Because I was planning on doing like a big wall around my base. And yeah, that's how it looks. I then went to my cobblestone chest and grabbed a lot of cobblestone. You know why? You'll see why in a second. Yeah, I started building the wall. The wall I was talking about like 10 seconds earlier. Yeah, I'm building it right now. I'm building the outline. Boom. The wall is somewhat finished now. And yeah, this is me filling it in. And that's me completing the China wall or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's finally done. It's cool. And it protects me from mobs, which is good, right? And it was a China wall without a entrance. So that's what I did. I made an entrance. Yeah, that's how it looks. It's very basic, but it does its job. Trust me. Yeah, I did it for every other side. And bought some more books. What was it? It was looting too, but I don't think I ended up using it anyways. I then started trading sticks for emeralds like I always do, and yeah, I got a lot of emeralds. And I went to the farm again on day 67, and yeah, I farmed a lot of crops. And guess what I did? I bred the cows, and they're very loud. So you know what I did? You know what I did? I murdered them. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there was just too many of them, so I had to kill some of them. They were like scrambling around my base, so I had to kill some of them. And I had to enchant my diamond sword, and I got the best enchantment I could have possibly gotten on my diamond sword. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good. I'll take it. I enchanted my leggings and didn't get very good armor, but you know what? I'll take it because I have no other option. It started getting pretty dark, so I killed some endermen in the darkness, and yeah, I only killed one. The night strat didn't work that well, so I went to the nether and went to the blue biome. The blue biome has a ton of endermen, which I actually need. And look at this. Yeah, very near-death experience right there. Yeah, I had to, like, box myself up. And, yeah, had to hit him from afar. And I put him inside a boat. Killed him because he was a very scary dude. And I did not want to fight him. So I killed more endermen safely this time. And, yeah, I got enough pearls. 16 pearls. W. I went back to the ender portal and went back to my base. This time breaking my enchantment table room because I did not like it there. It was just taking too much space, so I made it somewhere else, right there in front of my base, and I put the enchantment table on top of the roof of my base. W. I put some leaves down because I thought it would look cool, and it actually did look cool. It does add some details to the base. And I woke up on day 70 wanting to build a path. What's a base without a path? Or yeah, whatever. I don't even know. Yeah, I made the path. Boom, nice. Put some gravel, doing the gravel strat, jump strat, whatever you want to call it, and I finished the path. W path. I made another path. There's a cat jumping right there. I don't know why. Cool. And then yeah, I never ended up doing this path until like day 90. And I went back to my base and grabbed some logs because I was planning on building something big. And you know what's big? A farm. So I began by destroying my old farm and I made a new farm on that little base right there. But I was gonna break the cow farm as well, but for now I'm gonna make the other side. Place some slabs down. Nice, I missed that one. Place some stairs down as well because stair adds detail, and add some fences because it's a farm. It's a barn, farm, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know. So I finished with all that and I decided to make the pens of the farm. And that's where I'm gonna store the cows. So I bred all the cows. There's barely any cows left, so I had to breed them more. And unfortunately, there was too little of them, so I had to kill them. And yeah, I only killed the grown-ups, not the babies, because they are very smaller. Very smaller. Yeah, they're just very easy to like put in the pen because they're not massive. And yeah, I just stored all of them in there and they'll grow up to be stuck in there forever. I then decided to make an extension of the barn because the barn was a little too small and I made it a little bigger than it was. And this is how it's looking like so far without the roof. And that's the roof, but I didn't like it that much. It looks like a... I don't know, it looks weird. So I just did this for now and yeah, I kind of like this design a little better. Just watch this. Doesn't look too bad, right? I mean, it looks like a barn. So I did this, boom. Yep, that was not right, so I had to... Yeah, that is not right. I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna break it, right? Yup, I broke it. Boom. Nice. Now that looks better. I'm not gonna lie. W. I began filling in the roof with stairs, and yeah, I was finally done with the roof. And it was looking like this so far, which is actually pretty good. It looks like a barn. If you ask me if that's a barn, that's a barn. And yeah, I broke these lanterns because light. And I had a pretty cool idea to make a little garden around the China wall, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I made a little fence around the wall. I don't even know, bro. Yeah, I ended up doing some garden thing around the wall. And yeah, this is how it ended up looking like. I placed some water down, some more water down. I then started hoeing the ground so I could place some crops down. And yeah, it took me forever, but it ended up looking cool, so I don't even care. Nice, it's finally done. The ground was finally hoed, and I placed some seeds down. Had a bunch of seeds just laying around, so I was like, you know what, let me just use them all. And I used all of them, 4 stacks of seeds. I upgraded my diamond helmet to respiration 3 and now it's not very good. And I decided to de-enchant my leggings and got prop 4, which is very good. I'll take prop 4, but only prop 4. That's very terrible. I then went down to my dungeon slave base and I made some sticks, but had a hard time. Look at this. What am I doing? Can I use a crafting recipe? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the Minecraft Bedrock recipe is terrible. It's kind of buggy sometimes. So I made some sticks to emeralds and bought an Unbreaking 3 book because I do need Unbreaking 3 for a lot of my items. I then went to the barn and bred the cows and they were finally grown up now. Yeah, they're very big. I told you they're gonna be big. So yeah, I bred them, got some XP and got level 30. Nice, W enchantment. And I decided to, wait, what? Why did I just do that? Did I just turn that... What? Did I just turn prot 4 into prot 3? Yeah, I'm an actual idiot, but it doesn't even matter. I have Unbreaking 3 and prot 4 anyway, so it doesn't even matter. It was worth the risk. And I decided to put mending on my leggings and mending on everything. And yeah, I had very good enchantments. Prot 4 on my helmet, mending on my helmet, W. And I had prot 4 mending Unbreaking 3 on all of my armor. Actually, besides my boots, prot 4 not on my boots. I then grabbed the blaze rods from my chest and the ender pearls and decided to make the blaze rods into blaze powder. And I had 22 blaze powders and converted the ender pearls into eyes of ender because I'm trying to go to the end and that's what they're for. I then for some reason decided to go to the village and grab a horse that was literally going at the speed of slowness. I don't even know what type of speed this is. I decided to grab another one and yeah, this guy was very slow as well. I didn't realize I had a horse that like flies and like jumps very high and I decided to use him and I threw the ender pearl and it was behind my base. And it broke. And yeah, unfortunately I'm gonna have to make more, so I traveled very, very far. And yeah, I ended up traveling very, very far. I'm not even kidding. It was very far. Like, this is probably the farthest I've ever went for like a end portal. And made a bridge for my horse because he apparently sinks underwater. For Mojang's next update has to be the horses floating on water. Please, like, that is so annoying. I then finally traveled enough to find a village. And the Eye of Ender led me here, so I went towards it. And I built up because that is the strat to not lose your Eye of Ender. And I threw it and that was actually right here. So I double checked, made sure, because, oh, and I think it broke as well. I made sure and it went down. So I was 100% sure that it was here. So I dug down. Right, I dug down. And I grabbed the Eye of Ender first. And I dug down. And I put my horse in a hold because I don't want him to escape and leave. And I dug down finally. And I went down until I found it. Nice. And look how easy it was to find it. The portal room. Look at this. Yeah, I had to do some parkour obby thing, and yeah, I eventually went to the end portal, and yeah, I broke the rat spawner, and I placed the Eyes of Ender around the end portal. There was one left, and I placed it, and it was bugged! Who would have thought, guys? Bugged? Nah! So I went inside the end portal, hoping I wasn't gonna die, and I didn't die, somehow. And I bridged towards it, hoping the Ender Dragon wouldn't push me off. I don't think that's a thing, hopefully not. And yeah, I built up and started bowing the end crystals up there that heals him. So I then started bowing the end crystals and took some of them out. And bowed the other one very far. Boom, nice. Bowed this one very, very far. W. And I broke this one from the cage. Broke that one from the cage as well. And I dug down. And water bucket clutch. Oh my god, my ears. And I started punching the Ender Dragon. He started doing some damage. So I went inside of him and punched him. Yep, punched him. I'm not gonna lie, this is very loud. So I bowed him. Nice, bowed him. Cool. W bow. What you're about to see next is very unfortunate timing. Look at this. Yeah, my PC decided to stop working and some of the footage got corrupted. Trust me, I did not die, but the Ender Dragon was now bugged, so I had to fix that. This might look suspicious, but I do have the Dragon Egg and like some items from the end, and that's because I went through the end portal, or whatever you want to call it, where you leave the end. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't record that. I think I was mad because some of the footage got corrupted, so I just forgot to record entirely, but then remembered. And so the goal now is trying to defeat the Ender Dragon again because it bugged the first time, and yeah, I need to defeat it again because I didn't get it on recording. And yeah, so I got some gas tiers, I went back to my base, grabbed some sand, and my plan right now was to make end crystals, so that's what I was trying to do. Made some glass, and finally had enough to make 4 end crystals so I could defeat the Ender Dragon again. And yeah, I had 4 end crystals, so I went back on a slower horse because my other horse was stuck over there. And yeah, I had to travel very, very slow, but I ended up going there. It took very long. I went back and went inside the end portal thinking it was not going to work, but you know what? I saw a video and it worked, so let's see if it works. I've never done this before, so this is going to be the first time I've ever done it. Yeah, I placed some blocks here. I don't know why, bro. My PC just exploded. I don't know why. I think it overheated or something, but yeah. I placed the end crystals down, and look at this. This is actually kind of cool. I've never done this in my life. This might be the coolest thing I've ever done in Minecraft. I'm not even going to lie. It's like a whole Fortnite live event just happening in Minecraft. Yeah, and exploded on me. I thought I was dead by then. Yeah, it was good. I decided to break the end crystals again and defeat the Ender Dragon again. So I did my thing. Got absolutely bombarded by the Ender Dragon. He almost killed me here. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty scared. So I popped the gapple and yeah, I was safe. And look at my level. Actually, don't look at my level. And I decided to hit the Ender Dragon. Decided to bow him some more. Finally. Defeated the Ender Dragon. On camera now, not me crashing and exploding and losing 10 minutes of footage. I finally defeated the Ender Dragon on camera, which is good. Look at my level, bro. You could literally see my level very high. Bro, you could literally see me defeating the Ender Dragon, not me dying. And yeah, I grabbed the Ender Dragon egg. Boom, nice. This is my second dragon egg so far, which is pretty cool. Never had 2. And yeah, I went towards this little portal thing and used my classic water strat that I always do. And didn't get it first try, but I got the second try, I think. Yep, I did. Got my water and went inside the portal and almost fell. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had to turn off the vibrant visuals, so I turned it off, put the chunks all the way up, and now I can see where these cities are. So I found one very, very close, so I got some blocks, went towards the end ship, and pearled to it. And there was a thing there, I don't know what they're called, shulkers. So I killed them and went towards the elytra. And there was a shulker there as well, so I killed him as well. He threw this mist, and I started levitating. Nice. But look at the elytra though. I looted the chest, some diamonds, some... Oh, boots. I actually do need those boots. Prop 4. I don't have prop 4 on my boots, which I'll take. And I grabbed the elytra. Let's go. I finally have the elytra. That was my entire goal of the video. No, it wasn't, but it's one of the goals. And I went back to the portal. and went back to my house, my base, whatever you want to call it. Oh, never mind. I'm not in my base. I'm in the spawn where I spawned for the first time ever. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get back with the elytra. So I built up so I could use the elytra and put my elytra on and flew to my base because my base was not that far from the spawn. So I flew there, and yeah, I didn't use a singular rocket, but made it inside the compound. But took some fall damage, but it doesn't even matter because I have Feather Falling 4 and Prop 4. I put 2 Dragon Eggs stacked on top of each other, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. Nice. I then decided to put Unbreaking 3 on my elytra as well as Mending, because that's what you need in an elytra, so it doesn't break. And yeah, I made some fireworks with some gunpowder and paper, and my mom's calling me GG. And I used the fireworks so I could find a cave, and I found a good cave with some cool blocks that I could use for a path. Or remember the path from like 30 days ago? Yeah, I'm gonna build it now, finally. So I grabbed some stone and start making a different path, and yeah, I'm gonna fill in the path now, so that's what I was gonna do. And so I filled the path with gravel, and yeah, I started doing the strat, of course, and I finished the path. All the paths were finally connected, and yeah, that's that. I then decided to decorate my garden, or whatever you want to call it, and yeah, I placed some leaves all around, made some cool designs. Look at this design. I'm not gonna lie, this one hard. Look at this. Bro, tell me that doesn't go hard. I mean, that does go hard. I don't even know what I'm saying. I decided to make a water fountain, and yeah, this is how it ended up looking like. I didn't search up on YouTube or anything. I just went off the dome, for sure. And yeah, it looks like that. Nice. I then made a different base behind my base, and yeah, I filled in with the roof and made some windows on the roof. And this place was gonna be a storage place for my items and stuff. So I made some chests, and yeah, it's a storage room right there. And I decided to go out to my base so I can get some fishies, so I can get a cat. So I decided to get that. I decided to fish a lot. Look at this. Yeah, I got a saddle as well. And I decided to get the cat near my base. Took like 5 fishes, but yeah, I realized I had to crouch. So I grabbed another fish, and yeah, this is what happened. Nice. Got a cat now. Let's go. And one of the goals of the video was to defeat the Wither, so I went to the Nether and killed some Wither skeletons with my Looting 3 sword. And yeah, it wasn't too hard, but yeah, it took like 30 minutes, but yeah, it wasn't too hard. Anyways, yeah, I killed them. Nice. And yeah, I got 3 Wither skeleton heads. Look at this. W. And I left. Went back to my base, made some strength potions, and made it into strength 2 potions. Nice. So I have strength 2, and decided to not fight the Wither that day because it was turning nighttime already, so I just waited and waited until it was time to go to sleep and fight the Wither. And that's what I did, and I prepared for it. Look at my inventory. And yeah, I decided to look for a spot for it and found a pretty flat spot for it. So yeah, it was pretty close to my base as well, I think. I don't even know, but yeah, I'm gonna place it anyways. And yeah, this is me about to fight the Wither. Last head. I'm gonna get a potion ready. Okay, I guess not. Let me pop a gapple, pre-gap, and boom. I'm now fighting the Wither. Let's see what happens. Surely I don't die here, right? So I decide to bow him. Classic, just bow the Wither. And yeah, he withered me. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hard to aim.
He does that, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I don't know how he does that either. Yeah, I'm pretty low here, I'm not gonna lie. So I start to run, start to freak out as well. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I decide to leave. And pop a gapple midair.
Wait, I'm cheesing it, hold up. Like, I'm scared if I like go up to him and I'm just exploded instantly.
So I punched him a little more with my Smite 4 sword or whatever. And I finally kill him.
Yes,
nice.
Let's go.
And he finally explodes.
Only took 6 gapples and 1 strength potion.
Now I finally had the Nether Star, which means I can make a beacon now. So that was my goal right now. And I made a beacon back at my base and placed it down with diamond blocks, apparently, because I'm that rich, apparently. So I just made it out of diamond blocks because I'm just too rich. Yeah, this is me placing it. And yeah, that's diamond block beacon. I just started adding some final details to the base, which is like lanterns and stuff, and like poles and like trees. And yeah, it grew to the path, but I broke it. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this was the final day. Day 99. So I went to sleep, admired the rain, and went to sleep, and woke up on day 100. Hope you enjoyed. I've made a lot of progress despite having issues with the end, but yeah, the world was pretty fun, the update was cool, and like and subscribe or I'll never post again. I'm just kidding. Bye.